Hey Elm Street kids, Kid Krueger here, and I am taking part in the Fun 5 for 5 tag. My new friend Susan, HorrorGal, tagged me in this video. Thank you very much. You're amazing and awesome. If you haven't checked out HorrorGal's channel, I'm going to put her link down below. But here is the 5 for 5 fun tag. Question number 1, what was your favorite childhood toy? Now, I had a couple of them. Number 1, I'm sure many of you know, is called Stretch Armstrong. He was like this rubbery dude filled with like this like jelly stuff, and he was like a strong man. He had like blonde plastic hair, and he was wearing like a little Speedo basically, and you could pull him and stretch him to various sizes, and he would shrink back down to his like normal handsome self. But he ended up getting stretched so far when I took him to school one day, his arm ripped, and like it looked like grape jelly was pouring out of him. So that was the end of my first crush. Stretch Armstrong, rest in peace. But my also other favorite toy was this thing called Pteron, and it looked like a really insane version of a Triceratops, and he was big and bulky and green. And you would turn him on and his legs were motorized and he would walk, and he had a sensor below his neck, and if you shone a light on that sensor, he would stop and his mouth would light up and his eyes would light up, and he'd be like, make this like noise. He was called Pteron. If anybody has seen him before or since, let me know, because I want to find him again. I would pay top dollar to have Pteron back. I think my brother still has one of the eyes because the eye broke out and it was amazing. Anyway, number 2, favorite grown-up toy. That is hard to say. I do love my 32-inch Henry Cavill Superman because I'm a Supes fan, and he's 32 inches tall, which is like the biggest action figure I've ever owned. But I'm gonna have to agree with HorrorGal on this one. She said that her, I think 18-inch talking Michael Myers was her favorite adult toy because that's a toy. Well, I have the Freddy Krueger, and he talks, and when you walk by him, he says no running in the hallway. So I think I'm going to go with that on my favorite grown-up toy because he was my birthday present to myself this year, and he was worth every penny. All right, number 3, do I unbox my toys? Yes. Yes. And I'll tell you why. It's not that I want them to reduce in value, or if I trash them or anything like that. I do play with my toys regularly, and I'm just going to admit to that right now. But I also like to scope them out. I like to look at like every detail, and also I like them out like tchotchkes, like when old ladies have like the old like porcelain clowns and stuff. I have demons and death and mayhem and bloody knives and stuff, and I think that's okay. Which reminds me, I still need to show everybody my horror tchotchkes. I do show some pictures on my Instagram, but that's neither here nor there. So yes, I do unbox my toys, and I'm going to stick to it. Unless it's really cool. I do have the anniversary edition of Freddy Krueger from NECA, and he's not unboxed. But that's just because I'm waiting to get the boiler room to display him with. So, number 4, what superhero would you be and why? See, I'm going to have to go with Supes. I'm going to have to go with Superman because I grew up loving him. I know a lot of people say he's boring and he's like too invincible and whatever, but like, I love him. I grew up loving him. Like, Christopher Reeve was like the first, like, I guess crush I really had. And I just always thought Superman was amazing, and I love every incarnation of him so far. Lois and Clark was a little iffy, but I still love Dean Cain as Superman. I think Henry Cavill's great. So I'm gonna go with Superman because he can fly, he's got laser beams, he's got breath for days. I don't know what I would use that for, other than just like ruining people's hair, because people tend to get pissed when that happens. But yeah, I'd be Superman, and that's why. And plus his outfit is amazing, and who doesn't like a big red flowing cape? Little Red Riding Hood rocks it. She also got eaten. Anyway, and number 5 question, PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo? Now here's the thing. I know a lot of people are Nintendo, and that's great. And I have a lot of guys who play guy friends who play sports games, so they're all about Xbox, but I never owned a video game system until PlayStation. And that was because I got a used one. So I went from PlayStation to PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 And that's like all I've really played and stuff. And like I got hooked on the Tomb Raider games with the first PlayStation. So I'm gonna have to go PlayStation. I'm gonna have to rock that shit because that's what I know. That's what I love. I want a PlayStation 4 now just so I can play the Friday the 13th game. Anybody with me? Has anybody seen the trailer for that? You can be campers or Jason Voorhees, and you can kill the crap out of those counselors. And I'm all about that. So that's the 5 for 5 fun tag. Thank you so much, HorrorGal, for tagging me. I appreciate it so much. And I'm going to put the link to her channel down below. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. So you guys check her out because she's awesome. And also, I have to tag 5 people. So I'm going to tag, who are we going to start with? I'm going to tag Alex Grady. And he doesn't do much on the YouTube, but I'm hoping he gets with it soon. He has a great short film called Skeleton. You should check it out. I will put his link to his channel down below. I'm going to nominate Chris Stuckmann because I love him. His movie reviews are amazing and cool, and he wrote a great book about the movies, and you can get it online on Amazon. You should check him out. I'll put his link down below as well. I'm going to challenge Ali Cabellero, Walking Dead baby. You hear me, boo? Grab some pizza, sit down, and do the tag because I want to hear your responses. And I'm going to tag Jason Wood and Fanny Rugburn because when you have drag queens for friends, you have to tag their schizophrenic asses because they have multiple personalities. So I want to hear your answers, both sides of it. Hear me? So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on Saturday.